Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Good evening, Mena.
Good evening, sir.
So probably you have already understood about the different social media channels, their organic techniques, and how we can run campaigns to those platforms. Now today, if you have any doubt, we can discuss it now, or I will tell you another topic within social media, which is very interesting and very important for any brand. Okay. Basically, in social media, there is a term called social listening. Are you aware of it, or any case?
Sir, I think social listening is like where we listen like to the like we see a trend like that, so we are the audience like that, maybe. Hello.
Yeah.
Sorry, sir. I think network ka issue hai.
So, Shreya, can you do you have any guess about social media, social listening?
Sir, I'm not sure, but telling people about your brand or matlab, a sort of marketing.
So obviously, it is all about marketing. So yes, it is a part of marketing also, or rather digital marketing. Uh, so can you tell me like what is social monitoring?
Sorry, sir. Social.
Monitoring.
Sir, monitoring one's growth, and I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Meenam, can you tell me?
So I think social monitoring is like looking for like the specific audience that we want to means introduce or like share our thoughts with, maybe.
So, so if it is true, then what is the difference between social listening and social monitoring?
So in social monitoring, the difference is that like in a class where we have to monitor like which student have which interest like that. And social listening is that we are telling something and the whole class is listening. It's not like specifically we are thinking like who is interested or not. I think like that.
So now, so yes, you have guessed the answer, but it is not actually entirely correct. So the thing is, social listening is basically as a brand. If I am a brand or if I am a organization or company, whatever, my task or my role is to listen what people are saying about me. Okay. Not only about me, but about my competitor, about some kind of products that I am selling, uh, similar kind of products. So all these things we can listen as a brand. Okay. So in this way, we can understand the sentiment of the customer. As I have mentioned in my very first class, social media, like social media is all about two-way communication, where the user and the company, user or the business, both can communicate with each other. So for a right kind of communication, a brand need to understand what the customer or what the user is actually looking for. Okay. So three things. One, we need to identify, or we need to find out what the user is actually uh, telling about my business or my brand. Second one is how the audience, what is the audience's perception about my competitor's business or about my competitor. Third one is how my audience are reacting with similar kind of product or services. Okay, so in this way I can uh, track the sentiment of the audience or of my user. Okay, so I'm just giving one example. uh, just let me check once. Mm, just hold on, I'm just looking for an example. uh, so can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
So see, there is a tweet. This person Taleja, another day, another spectrum outage. Okay. So probably this person is frustrated about some kind of outage. Now the spectrum company, they suddenly replied to this tweet: my apologies for the issue you are having with your internet. Please follow your service phone number, full service. So see, they have this person, Taleja, this person doesn't mention this particular Twitter profile, or didn't tag anyone, but still they find out this tweet and respond to it. So how this happens? Basically, every brand, every top-notch brand have some kind of social listening strategy. They always search for the people who are talking about them, or who are actually talking about their competitors, and in this way they can understand the sentiment of the user, whether the sentiment is positive or negative. If the sentiment is negative, then they need to work on their product or service, so that people can come back with some positive reviews or positive sentiments. Okay, so this thing, like another, black girl sunscreen, this they replied to a tweet, for all my black people, do you all wear sunscreen? We should do. Okay, so this is a brand. Black girl sunscreen is a brand, and Divine is a basically an individual like us. So this person actually uh, tweeted something related to sunscreen, and this particular brand responded to it. Okay. This is another example. I have said it one and I will say it again. HubSpot customer service is the best I have ever experienced. Can I invite the whole CS team around mine for mimosas and pancakes? Cause they deserve it. Now, HubSpot responded to this tweet, agree that our support team deserves all the mimosas and pancakes. Thanks for spreading the love. We are so happy to hear you have had such a great experience with us. So HubSpot is a very big global brand, uh, but they are responding to a random guy in Twitter. Okay. So this is how they are connecting with their customer or potential customer. This is something called social listening. So they are actually listening what the user is actually talking about, and based on that, they are actually reacting to those things. So there are several examples like there are several such examples uh, like Swiggy and Zomato. Okay. Swiggy and Zomato are very active in social media, and they have a very active social listening capabilities. So whenever Zomato is posting something, Swiggy is also replying on Zomato's Twitter and vice versa. So these things happens. Okay, so this means that Swiggy is also tracking Zomato and Zomato is also tracking Swiggy. Okay, so in this way, they are actually tracking their competitors, how the competitors uh, using the social platform, and they are trying to counter them. And as a user, we are actually enjoying these things. So when we are enjoying, we are also engaging with these businesses. Okay, so this is how social listening is. Now, social listening is not like a manual task. You just check every day, open your social media and check who have responded on your tweet or who have mentioned your name. This is not like that. There are certain tools that gives you the insights about this social listening thing. There are a lot of tools like Hootsuite. Hootsuite is a scheduling software. We are already aware of it, but Hootsuite also has another product that gives a glimpse about the social listening things. Then another thing is audience. There is another social listening tool that is audience. Okay, so I don't want to go in details of it, but basically, just hold on. Okay, fine. So I'm not going to the details of it because in small medium business, people are not at all aligned with the social listening things because it is a bit costly tools and all. So people actually from small business, they are not using such tools. But if you are working with some of the top-notch brands, then social listening tool is mandatory for them because they have a brand image and they have to maintain that image. Without a social listening tool, they can't build that. They can't understand the user's perception. Okay. So now another like example, like Indian Railways. I don't know whether you are aware of it or not. If you face any problem in while traveling through train, you can just tweet in their Twitter profile. You have to just tweet mentioning the Twitter profile, and you will get an immediate solution. Okay, so this is how they are active in their social listening. They're always tracking like how my user or how my customers are uh, using my platform, whether they are having any kind of problem or not. If there are any problem, we are here to resolve that issue. So this is how they have built a certain brand. They have built a great product, great, rather I can say great customer experience. Now I have asked another question, like what is the difference between social monitoring and social listening? Basically, social monitoring is like you already have a data, you already worked on your social media platform, and you have a historical data. Like you posted something in social media, and now you are checking like how many likes, how many shares, or how many comments you have received, what is the engagement rate, how many followers you have got. So these are all basically um social monitoring. Like who are my audiences, whether they are male or female, what is their age group. So these data are already available within the platform. You are just collecting it, and you are just checking and leveraging those data. So that is called social monitoring. Okay, so you are actually dealing with some historical metrics, historical data. And social listening is a like active things. It is not a historical thing. Whatever posted in the past, it will not work. It is an active activity. Okay, so you have to be active always to track the sentiment of the user, and based on that based on that thing, you have to uh, customize your product, your service, and your brand presence. Okay, so that is the difference between a social listening and social monitoring. Okay. Any doubt or any question?
No, sir.
Now, uh, as a social media expert or as a social media professional, your task would be to create a social media calendar on every month, and based on that calendar, you have to post in the social media pages. Now, can you tell me, like, from where uh, you will get so many posts? So you need some kind of ideas on continuously. Okay, so a brand is a basically a brand presence is a continuous thing. It is a kind of flow of river. It is always going on, going on, going on. So every day you have to think about some new posts, new tactics. So how we will ideate your posts? Do you have any idea? How every day you will think and ideate your posts? Is there any way to do? If it is there any kind of like easiest option where you can get some clues about what my people are actually looking for, and this kind of posts are trending nowadays, so I have to align my posts with such trends like this. So from where you will get these ideas? Any idea?
No,
Sir,
sir.
with engaging with our viewers.
Menam, you are telling something.
No, sir. I don't have any idea.
Okay. See, there are something called content discovery tools. There is one very popular tool called BuzzSumo. So this is a content discovery platform. So now when you work on a certain brand, you have certain keywords or terms or some kind of uh, wordings. You have to provide it here. And based on that particular topic, BuzzSumo will give you a lot of contents, a lot of trending contents, which people are actually discussing nowadays. I don't know whether I can show you or not because it's a paid tool. Still, I'm trying. See. So currently in the free version, they are just giving 3 examples. Past 6 months. Okay, so these are some of the contents which are already available in the internet, and they have a certain level of engagements. So this is how you can discover new content from the internet. It is not possible for you to type every time you do something and then the search results will show up and you then research. So this will be a very time consuming thing. Whereas this particular platform, if you have the access of the paid version of this tool, it will give you a huge number of results from where you can check and you can uh, like uh, you can get the idea about your social media content, what kind of content you should develop, what are the current perception about this particular product, and how to leverage that thing. So everything you will get from here. Okay, so this is a basically content discovery platform. Like Himalaya Trek. See, so any kind of topic you will give, it will fetch and it will give you a result, which will be helpful to ideate your social media post. And this is one tool, but other than this, you can also check your competitors' social media pages. You can also check some other business pages within the industry. So it will give you an idea about what kind of posts they are doing, what is the frequency of their post, what type of themes they are using on a daily basis. So all these things you need to understand while creating your calendar. So any doubt?
Sir, I have one question.
Yeah.
Sir, if they are providing us the content,
Hmm.
that means they are providing us based on the data. So that means they are looking all over that internet to collect that content only.
Right.
Then it will be a vast work. So how they manage such a vast work to collect the information of a particular like type or content?
Basically, they have a certain algorithm which actually runs through the internet and search for the certain terms that you are searching. Like here I have searched for Himalaya trekking. So when I just clicked on the search button, this algorithm starts finding out the entire internet, like where is this term is. Himalaya trekking, Himalaya trek, trekking in Himalayas, this kind of terms are available. So whenever it founds any such kind of terms, it is showing the data here. Okay, so like basically these are all websites or pages. So like Facebook page or YouTube channels like this, and everything is public. Like Facebook page or YouTube is in the public domain, so there is no such privacy concern also. So you can get all the data available within the internet only. So the algorithm actually fetches all this data and representing in front of you. So as a social media expert or as a social media professional, your task is to get those data, understand the user's perception about that particular post, and based on that you can create your own post. It is not like that you are just copy and pasting the entire thing or rephrasing the entire content. Rather, you can get some kind of idea like how people are actually reacting to such posts and how I can make it better. So that's the sense. Though it is
Okay.
a free platform, that is why you will get a very limited results, but it is a very strong tool. And not only BuzzSumo, there are other platforms, content discovery. Scoopit is another good platform. Reddit. Are you aware about Reddit? Any idea?
So Reddit website.
Yeah.
Yeah, sir, I have heard this before.
So Reddit is a very very popular social media platform. Uh, it will give a glimpse about the content, what kind of contents people are looking for. But the only problem is Reddit is mainly, confined within US and its outskirts. So in India, Reddit is not so popular compared to Facebook, Twitter, or LinkedIn. But still, it is a very good platform where you can get a lot of content ideas. Okay. So Reddit works as a thread. It's kind of forum. So I'm clicking on this hot. So currently match thread. 40th match, Gujarat Titans versus Sunrisers Hyderabad. So I'm clicking on it. Okay. Just asking me to sign in. So this is basically a thread. So if you click on this thread, if you can enter to this thread, you will see a lot of people are commenting, discussing things, predictions, their insights, perceptions, everything you will get from here. So this is also another tool for content discovery. You will get a lot of ideas from the from some kind of unknown people whom you don't know. They are random people and they are discussing on some topics which will give you some idea about your social media strategy. Okay, so different topics. See, this is the Bitcoin, cryptocurrency topic, Bollywood, on Bollywood topics. So this is Reddit. Okay, so these are some of the content discovery platform. Not only for social media posts, content discovery platform is very useful tool for the content writers also. Okay, so whenever you are working as a content writer, you always need some kind of ideas for developing new contents. So I'm just giving you a example of how content writers and social media people work in an agency. Like in an agency, you have to handle multiple clients, and every client is different from each other. Say one client is dealing with e-commerce, some other client is dealing with tours and travels, another client is dealing with scuba diving sort of things, like adventure sports. Okay, so several different clients, and each client has certain set of audience. Their content type should be different than each other. So as a content writer or as a social media professional, you have to think about different kind of contents at the same time, and also you have to write it down. So there is a deadline to complete each tasks, and within that stipulated time you have to write down the things. So these particular platforms will help you to achieve your goal, to complete your task within the deadline. Okay, so basically the most of the time we spend in ideating the concept, like what we will write. Once we ideate the concept, then it will be easier to write it down. But the ideation is the main challenge. So you will get the ideas from these platforms. Okay, so Reddit is basically a free platform. You don't have to like invest any money for Reddit. So you can use for content ideas or social media calendar ideas at a free of cost. Whereas BuzzSumo is a paid platform, so there is some kind of financial things associated. Okay. Now, I'm just summarizing the entire social media strategy of any business, any kind of business. See, social media nowadays is essential for any business. Whatever they are selling or whatever their business is, it is very important, because social media is basically a presence and identity of a particular brand. If you don't have a social media page, if you don't have a Facebook page, Twitter account, or say LinkedIn, your business will be doomed. Because what happens is, in nowadays, whenever we interact with any kind of business, first thing we search in Google and we check the website. The next thing is we visit the social media page to check how many followers they have and how people are actually interacting with their business. There is a high chance, like if your social media follower is very high and a lot of people are engaging with your posts, then there is a high chance that I as a customer will also interact with you. Okay, so this is the this is the power of the presence of your brand in social media. So every business needs to have a social media page. It is important. It is mandatory. Okay. Now the focus should be generating followers and engagement. Engagement is very important thing. Okay, so generating followers is not a difficult task, but engagement is very difficult task. People will only engage with your brand if they can relate with your brand. Okay, so engagement is very useful. So while you are creating social media posts, you are creating the social media calendar, you have to understand that your posts should be relevant and the user should relate with that post. Okay, so the relevance should be there. So if you check Zomato or Swiggy's social media handles, then you will check that. I think I have already showed you these things. Okay. So that is one thing. Another thing is, social media is not about hardcore sales. You have to understand that. Though a lot of clients don't understand these things and they push the social media professionals for sales, but actually social media platform is not for hardcore sales. The purpose of social media is branding, brand awareness, engagement with the brand, creating an image or creating a perception about your brand, and obviously at the end, soft sales. The soft sales, that is lead generation, inquiry generation, okay, traffic generation. These are all soft sales. These are not hardcore sales. Hardcore sales means I am directly purchasing something from your website or from anywhere. Okay, but in hardcore sales, your focus is only sales. So your content type should also will also be changed. Like come to my shop and buy this things. 50% off. Buy these things. Like these are all hardcore sales promotion. Whereas social media, obviously there are certain things you have to maintain to generate sales, but actually it is not the platform for generating sales, rather soft sales. Soft sales means that is assisting your sales. So like the traffic, if you get more traffic, if you generate more traffic from your social media channels, then there is a high chance that you will get some sales. So traffic is a soft sell. Okay, so people are actually impressed enough, and that is why they are clicking on your website link and coming to your website. Then engagement. People who are engaged with a brand, they are most likely to buy something from that particular brand. Like I gave you an example about Ola or Uber. People actually interact with them, though that can be a negative interaction also. Like I'm just posting your service is very poor. This I went to this place, but your driver is very careless. Like this. So this is basically a negative engagement. But yes, it is engagement. That this kind of engagement denotes that this particular person already availed the service. Okay, so that is the thing. Like if people are engaging with you, they are more likely to purchase or to take the service from you. So engagement is also a factor. So as a social media professional, your task is to generate engagement. Rather, followers are very easy to generate. Why? Yes, obviously organically generating followers is difficult, but if you run paid campaigns, you will get a lot of followers within a day or two. So that is not a thing. But engagement only happens when people can relate with them. Okay. So that is the thing. Like there are three kind of engagement we can consider. One is the likes, second is the share comments, and third is share. So like is a very common kind of engagement, and it is the most easiest engagement. Okay, you can purchase likes. So if you run a boost campaign, you can get a lot of likes in your post. Not only likes, rather reactions also. Okay. Comment is superior to likes. Okay. So if people find it very, the topic is very interesting, or your post is very relatable, then people will start commenting. So this is the second level of engagement. And the most superior level of engagement is share. You can purchase likes, you can purchase comments to some extent by running the engagement campaign or boost campaigns, but you can't purchase share. Share is only possible if your content is of very high quality, highly relatable, and highly interesting, engaging. Then only you will get a share. Okay. So if you visit any of the top brands, you will see that each and every post have a lot of shares. Why? Because they are actually working on their content. They are actually trying to understand their audience and making the social media posts according to their uh, their likings and all. Okay. So any doubt, or if you have any further questions, you can ask me.
No, sir.
No, sir.
So if I so I'm doing one thing. Whatever link I have shared till now, go through all the links, not only social media, but whatever we have gone through, like this SEO, Google Ads, social media. Even today also I will give you some links. So on Sunday, on our next class, we will have a short examination session. I will give you some questions and you have to submit it. Okay. So there will be a time, and within that time you have to submit your exams. Okay. So you just go through it. Whatever I have discussed till now in the class, you will get the question from there only. It can be short questions. There will be some broad questions also, like where you have to write a bit. Okay. So any issue?
No, sir.
Sir, it will be a written exam.
So basically it will be a I will share you a Google form where there will be the questions. So you have to just answer it there only.
Okay, sir.
There will be some MCQ questions where you can just select the correct answer, and some broad questions, 2-3 broad questions will be there that you have to just type in within your keywords.
Okay, sir.
So start studying all these things, and I will share more links today. Check it out. And if you feel any problem, understanding problem, you can just send me a WhatsApp message or directly call me. If I am not able to receive your call, then I will call you back once I get free, or you can directly message me. I will guide you. So today is Wednesday, so you have time like Thursday, Friday, Saturday. You have 3 days now in your hand. So just go get prepared, and we will have an exam.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Okay. So I'm concluding this session here.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you,
you.
sir.